The Battle of Stamford Bridge, which took place on September 25, 1066, is one of the pivotal battles in English history, marking the end of the Viking Age and significantly influencing the future of England. This conflict was between an English army led by King Harold Godwinson and an invading Norwegian force led by King Harold Hardrada of Norway, who was supported by Harold Godwinson's brother, Tostig Godwinson. Before the battle, England had been under the threat of invasion from two major claimants to the English throne, William, Duke of Normandy, later known as William the Conqueror, and Harald Hardrada of Norway. King Harold Godwinson, having ascended to the English throne earlier in the year, faced the daunting task of defending his kingdom against these rivals. Harald Hardrada, seeking to expand his realm and claim the English throne, allied with Tostig Godwinson, Harold's estranged brother. Together, they launched a daring invasion of northern England. Their army, consisting of a large fleet and many soldiers, landed on the English coast and quickly captured York, a key victory that opened up the north of England to further conquest. Upon hearing the news of the Norwegian invasion and the fall of York, King Harold Godwinson, who was in the south of England preparing for an expected invasion by William of Normandy, made a swift and decisive move. He gathered his forces and embarked on a forced march northwards, covering the distance of approximately 190 miles, about 306 kilometers, in just 4 days, a feat that demonstrated remarkable logistical ability and the loyalty of his troops. The English forces arrived unexpectedly at Stamford Bridge, catching the Norwegian army off guard. Many of the Norsemen had left their armor behind, expecting to receive hostages from York rather than face a battle. The weather was unusually hot, further disadvantaging the heavily armed Norse warriors. The battle began with a fierce skirmish on the bridge itself, where, according to legend, a single giant Norse axeman held the entire English army at bay until he was finally defeated. Once the bridge was taken, Harold's forces were able to attack the Norwegians from both sides. Despite their initial surprise and the disadvantageous position, the Norwegians fought fiercely. Harald Hardrada was killed early in the battle, leading to a temporary retreat of the Norse forces. However, they were rallied by Tostig, who took command after Hardrada's fall. The battle raged for hours under the hot sun, with heavy casualties on both sides. In the end, the superior numbers and the tactical advantage of Harold's forces prevailed. Tostig was also killed, and the Norwegian army was decisively defeated. Of the vast fleet that had arrived in England, only a small remnant of ships was needed to carry the survivors back to Norway. The victory at Stamford Bridge was a momentous achievement for Harold Godwinson, demonstrating his military skill and temporarily securing his kingdom from Viking threats. However, this triumph was short-lived. Just 3 weeks later, Harold's weary forces had to march south to confront William of Normandy's invading army, leading to the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066. Exhausted from their previous efforts and the rapid march south, Harold's army was defeated, leading to the Norman conquest of England. The Battle of Stamford Bridge is often cited as marking the end of the Viking Age, a period characterized by Norse expansion and raiding across Europe. It demonstrated the changing nature of warfare and the decline of Viking-style raids in the face of more organized and centralized state powers.